So we're going to move into the spiritual lesson of the night. He said we need a Duüblè and Logas album. Y'all ain't ready, Juju. Y'all ain't ready. Logas the ad-lib king. He got some bars too, though. Just stay tuned. You never know what we might pop out with.
Peace, family. Today's spiritual lesson is actually going to be a relationship lesson. So relationship lesson is know your role. All right, we all, just like when you're in a company, the company is going to run the smoothest if you know what your role is in the company. If you're on a sports team, the sports team is going to play in the most cohesive manner if you know your role, if everyone knows their role on the team. Same thing goes in relationships and in families. You need to know what your role is in that relationship in your family. Now, some may take this as saying traditional roles. Well, when it comes to traditional roles, what do we mean? What is a traditional role? Because it differs depending on the culture, and it differs depending on the time period. There's the maybe cliche traditional roles, which are way more extreme than it's ever been in reality. For instance, one of the traditional roles is that the man, makes all the money, pays all the bills. The woman stays home, cooks, cleans, and raises children. That's never really been true. There's been a certain percentage where it's been like that, usually more on the upper class world. But in the regular everyday people world, it's never really been that way, where the man's making all the money and the woman's staying at home. That's not true. That's not really traditional. That's traditional for a certain group of people, but not for the masses. The traditional role is, the man and the woman working together, finding a way to make ends meet as a collective. But they still understand, okay, you as the man, you are the protector. You are more of the leader, but at the same time, it's not the same, like I said, as far as the cliche version where the man says everything he says goes. That's the one with the home where it said the man is fully in control. He makes all the money. He says, and that's a particular subsector group. For the masses, it's you talk things through, right? You may look to the man for more of the final say-so and decisions, but in reality, you actually do talk things, through. But the way that you talk to each other and understand each other is based off of, roles. That being said, you want to know your role, meaning what kind of role do you want to play in a relationship, and what kind of role do you want your partner to play in a relationship. You want to know as much of that ahead of time as possible. Now, we're all learning, so you may not know all the roles, but throughout that relationship, you should be trying to figure out and establish all the details of what is our roles in this relationship. Because when you establish roles and you stick to those roles and you stick to your job, it's like in any corporation or occupation or any sports team. You understand the roles and you stick to your role, right? For the most part. And you can add on to your role as well, as a bonus. But your role, you stick to your role. You will work together as a team more harmoniously to achieve what all businesses are trying to achieve: success, a profit, or when it comes to sports teams, you're trying to win the championship, right? As a group, you're trying to win. As a team, as partners, you're trying to win the championship. But you got to know your role, and you got to at least have some kind of understanding, some kind of inclination of what that role is, and they need to know also. And even though it might not be perfect, just don't go completely 180 against the role that you know you're supposed to be playing. You know, we're not going to be perfectly on, you know, in alignment with the role we're supposed to be playing, but don't just go total 360 or 180. Don't go, you know, don't rebel against the role that you are expected to and have agreed, you know, to play, because then, of course, the relationship is going to fail. And of course, that person is going to feel a certain type of way, and they're going to harbor some certain level of animosity, and it's going to carry on throughout the relationship. So that is the relationship lesson of the day. Know your role, stick to your role, and be consistent with your role. Now we'll head over to the question and answer portion.